Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world, I only have one question for you. And that question is, are you ready for another Ricky Talk? What up, everybody? It's your boy Ricky Rick, and your boy Ricky Rick is back with another Ricky Talk. And today we're talking about some football. That's right, we're 24 hours away from the Rams and the Niners colliding at SoFi Stadium in the City of Angels, the City of Champions in SoFi Stadium. But before that, did you happen to notice a little something new that I'm rocking? What do you mean? This all thing? Just this all thing? Yeah, this Ram jersey. Yeah, number 5. Jalen Ramsey, you're no longer with us, but you did help us lock in a Super Bowl. So, I'll rock you. I'll represent you. Don't worry. Me and the Rams, like I said, and I keep saying, and I could keep believing with the group of people that we have left. I believe with this coach and the group of guys that we have and the new guys that are on board this season, I feel like there's another championship cooking soon. I believe that. Nobody believed me when I said the Rams were going to win the title, and they did that. And I believe that the Rams are going to win another one. I even said it before we won the Super Bowl. I believe that this team, we're going to be winning multiple championships. So, I have this video, and I've been saying it. I said it here first. With that said, before I get into week 2, and you know who, let's talk about week 1. Week 1 was taking place in Seattle, a team that was an underdog last season, especially after changing quarterbacks. No longer Russell Wilson is a part of the Seattle Seahawks. He went to Bronco Country, became a Denver Bronco, the lead quarterback, and we all know how that went for him. Not so good. But in Seattle, though, sheesh! In Seattle, man, things started looking up, man. A lot of people were like, we don't know how they're going to do, but they made it to the playoffs. And with their new quarterback, Geno Smith, he did a pretty good job. And I was rooting for those guys, because I like rooting for underdogs and underdog teams. But guess who's an underdog this year? Once again, we are. A lot of people are talking about our schedule. Oh, man, the Rams got a tough schedule. I don't know. They're only going to win about 5-6 games. But what games are those good games that they win are going to be? What games are the ones that they're going to win? First stop in Seattle, we had the Seattle Seahawks in their home, their fans, their crowd, their stadium. And the Rams showed up after starting a preseason being 0-3 and losing pretty bad to the Denver Broncos. But finally, it was time for our starters to dust off those shoulders, put on those cleats, put on the helmet, and put in work. It's time to go to work. With the return of Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, being Coach Cooper, and the new rookies that we have, and a couple of the veterans who have returned, have come together like the Avengers to shock the world. And the world were shocked when they saw that the Rams were able to ball. And the Rams did come to play, and they took down the Seattle Seahawks like a twister coming down and just destroying things. So, week 1, the Los Angeles Rams played against Seattle. We beat them. Man, I know the Rams scored about 30 points that day. Who cares about what Seattle scored? Because they didn't win. But the standouts for me in the offense, I got a couple names that I'm putting down here. Number 17, probably everybody's pick, and a lot of people are putting and adding this guy to their NFL fantasy football. Puka Nacua. This guy, I can't wait to see this guy play alongside Cooper Kupp on the field, because we're already seeing what he can do with Cooper Kupp on the sidelines. Man, wait until these guys get together, man. It's going to be like, who knows? I'm thinking like Todd Gurley, Cooper Kupp, when they were both together. It's gonna be insane. I'm telling you, man, the Rams are only gonna get better when Cooper Kupp joins this roster and gets on that field. Number 23, a surprise for me, Kendrick Williams, who scored almost 3 touchdowns in his first Rams debut, scored 2 touchdowns. Man, and did that little wild leg thing when he was scoring the touchdown. Let me see if I can get on the screen. He was like, woo, woo, woo. He did a little celebration like that. I know what you're talking about. If you guys seen the highlights, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. I'm looking forward to seeing more of this guy, especially number 23. I got my eye on you, man. Got my eye on you. And number 5. Speaking of number 5, I got number 5. We're talking about Tutu Atwell, man. This guy was a surprise for me last year. I was like, you know, this guy has potential to make some plays, and I can't wait to see his future with the Ram squad, with the Mob squad. I can't wait to see him do his thing. And he did it again in the very first game of the 2023 season. He came out with some catches, helped us get some touchdowns, you know, kept the ball going. Now, shout out to number 89, another standout for me. Tyler Higbee continues to be a force for the Rams, continue to be Mr. Reliable. Well, I'm calling Mr. Reliable because he's so reliable every season. He's there with us. And, you know, Matthew Stafford throws a pass to him. Whether it's Matthew Stafford, whether it's Jared Goff, whether it's a backup quarterback, that guy continues to show up, catches the ball, gets us some yards, and gets us some touchdowns that we need. Number 10, Coach Cooper Kupp. You know, I got to give it to the guy, man. He's on the sidelines, still making an impact in the game, finding a way to work with the new guys, giving them pointers, giving them hints of what they need to do to be successful on that field. Number 3, I'm looking forward to seeing more of Cam Akers. You know, we didn't get too much of him on the very first game, but I know this guy can be explosive and give us some yards and give us that rushing that we need to get yards in the first downs. Van Jefferson, you know, first game, you know, had an opportunity to catch one. He was open, you know, slipped through his fingers. I know he's going to make it up because last year you did something for me that I'll never forget, and that's beating the Raiders. You know, you put on that when you caught that touchdown when we beat the Raiders with, what's his name, was on the Rams for, who just signed with the Rams 24 hours later. What's his name? It's coming to me. He was with the Cleveland Browns. He's now with Tampa Bay. Think. I can't think of his name. And I know after I watch this video, it's going to come to me. But you guys know who I'm talking about. Standouts on the defense side, you know, you can't say enough. You can't think of the Rams without thinking about this guy. And I'm talking about number 99, Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, man. Oh, man. Aaron Donald's looking like the Incredible Hulk out there, man. This fool went bulk season, man. Making me want to go to the gym and lift some weights, man. I haven't lifted weights, and this guy definitely motivates me to get to the gym and start lifting some weights, man. Aaron Donald defense, and let's just say he just added Geno Smith to the sack list, man. You've been sacked. Welcome. There's a video out there online that I saw earlier this week where, like, Aaron Donald, boom, is going towards the quarterback, and all you just hear is like, oh, shoot, you know? Oh, no. Number 14, Kobe Durant, another young stud who, like, last year caught my attention, and I'm expecting some explosive. I'm expecting some highlights with this guy. He's very fun to watch, very young, very outgoing, very outspoken, and I can't wait to see more from him. Another young stud that I'm going to call out here, and I'm going to be paying attention myself throughout the season, is number 1, Darren Kendrick. You know, he's like the new Jalen Ramsey. He's young. He earned that spot. I'm going to be paying attention to see what he can do, you know, because we're going to need him, man. We're going to need him out there. And also, I want to just give a shout out to Coach McVay, because whatever he's doing, you know, sometimes I'm like a little iffy with McVay because, you know, he's a young coach. Won the Super Bowl. You know, I like him. I like the way he is. You know, when I think about a football coach, I think about Sean McVay, man. He's a great coach. Even though he's young, he's out there proving it and grinding with the best of them that he deserves to be where he needs to be. And that Super Bowl wasn't a fluke. And then another person who I'm really liking with McVay is Raheem Morris. I think them together, those two guys together on this Ram squad, put an incredible group of guys together. And not only that, but whatever they're doing with these guys, they're doing a great job, because obviously we got the job done in them week 1 And then before I wrap up week 1, I can't say enough, and I believe this is the biggest game changer for us that we were missing last year, and that is the presence of our leader and quarterback, Matthew Stafford. Man, this guy, man, like having Matthew Stafford, the throws, the things that he can do, I definitely, what I took for granted when we won the Super Bowl season, I definitely appreciated him a lot more, after the season we had last year, and then seeing him in game 1 and all the things he can do out there in the field, mind blowing. I respect him. Hats off to Matthew Stafford, and I can't wait to have him all season long. The guys did a great job of protecting him and giving him open looks to give the throws that he was able to give in week 1, and we're definitely going to need that in week 2. Speaking of week 2, we got the San Francisco 49ers coming in town. We already know they're our rivals. We don't like them. We want to go into SoFi, home opener, and kick the living butt out of the 49ers. As for the 49ers, I wrote down a couple of people that we want to keep an eye on. Obviously, number 1, you got Brock Purdy, who took over the quarterback. He's the main quarterback now. He had a great season last year, got injured. Nobody cares. Whether you're in or out of the game, we're coming after you. Aaron Donald, we need you to sack this guy, and we need him to have a horrible game. Speaking of another person that we need to have a horrible game is number 23, Christian McCaffrey. Now, this guy, there was rumors that he was choosing between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams to join the team, and he ended up picking the 49ers, which now it became even more personal of why we need to beat this team and beat this guy for not choosing us. And then, obviously, number 19, Deebo Samuel. This guy is an all-star. This guy is a great running back, but you know what? He was very explosive the season that we won the championship. But ever since then, he hasn't been able to do it on his own. So I wonder, after all the injuries that he's had and all the mileage that he's put in these past couple years, is he still the same guy? Because I haven't seen anything from what I've seen. Nick Bosa, So they have a great defense. We need to keep Nick Bosa off Matthew Stafford. But, another person that we got on here is the veteran Kittle. George Kittle. I was like, George Kittle. So San Francisco is coming to town. You're coming to SoFi. The Rams have something to prove. And there's no better team right now than the San Francisco 49ers, who are on our end of the teams that we face. We face them twice a year, every year, just like Seattle, just like the Arizona Cardinals. This is the team that we want to beat the most, even more than the Raiders. So nothing will make me happier than get this win. And then I think getting this win will even surprise and shock the world even more, that what happened in week 1 wasn't a fluke. So with that said, I take off my hat. I'm ready for Sunday. Bring on all the 49er fans, because I'm here to remind you guys, we beat you guys. We went through you guys to become Super Bowl champions. And if we have to do it again, we will do it again. I predict that the Rams will be Super Bowl champions once again. You heard it here first. Your boy Rick. I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on Sunday.
Whose house? Rams house. Whose house? Rams house. Whose house? Rams house. Let's go, baby. This Sunday, let's go.
Bring on the Niners.